Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I am continuing to work on my Margarete Miller weekly collage planner challenge. And again, Margarete Miller created these beautiful calendars that have prompts for each week. And each of the prompts are to create some sort of collage. And this one for this week is week number 48. And we are to create a collage using a single color or shades of that color as your theme. And I know not too long ago I created like something with pink on it. I think that was week number 46. And so I told myself I had to do something other than pink. Pink would have been easy because I still have lots of stuff still sitting around my desk that are pink. But I decided to go with white. And so I went through my stash and I just grabbed the first kind of few things that I found that were white. I did have some eyelet trim already sitting on my desk. I have a bag of like snippets, and also I pulled this snippet. It's one of my favorite kind of dangle trims, thinking that that would look kind of pretty hanging off of the bottom for whatever I did. So I have these sitting here. If I can work those into the collage somehow. I do have, I think, a couple of buttons still sitting here, or at least one from a previous challenge or previous week. I thought I had one more sitting here, but maybe not. And let's see. And then I just grabbed, like I said, just lots of different white stuff. Oh, here's the white buttons. There's a couple more sitting here. And then a couple weeks ago I used some stickers, and these were white. I used the frames off of these, so I still thought I could maybe incorporate these into the layout somehow. I have lots of scraps of papers that kind of have different shades of white. This one says Our Story, just a scrap piece of paper that says white. You know, here's kind of some vintage looking ephemera. It's printable, that's white. This doily is white. This die cut is a shade of white. This is kind of a shade of white. It's more of a, you know, antique type white. This one I thought, depending upon what I went with, I could cut out just the word seam binding and I could use that. But I kind of want to use this in a journal, for a sewing journal, because I thought this would be fun as a, maybe some sort of belly band. So I don't think I'm going to use this, but I did pull it just in case. I pulled this word winter. So this frame, I have a snowflake. I have some different die cuts of flowers that were white. This little label is white. I had this die cut that was white. You know, maybe I could add some sort of little skirt or something on her, or dress her up with some of the paper. So we'll have to see. I have some of this snippet stuff. I have another doily. I have this background piece that's mainly white with a white lace on it. There's some white heart, some more scrap white paper. This I could cut off the little angle up here. This is kind of white. Another white piece. Couple more die cuts that are white, and I also have this snowy egret that's white. This is pretty big. This is pretty much take up the whole page, so I don't know that I want to go with that, and there's a lot of greens and stuff in there, so I'm going to set this aside. And so like I said, this one's kind of, there really isn't much to this one. As long as the main layout is white, I think I'm kind of good to go. So, so I could just lay this down somewhere. And I'm just going to have to use, I think, a paper clip to maybe hold it in place. And I apologize, my lighting's kind of a little off in my room. The light outside is kind of fading, and so I have to rely on my little lamps here to provide some light, and I know they provide a little bit of glare on this paper. There's not really much I can do about that, so I do apologize for that. I do like to use this dress form on here, so I'm just trying to decide if I leave it as is or if I add to it, but for now I'm just going to set it on here. I do like my doilies, so somehow I want to use a doily on here. Probably need some more paper for the top that's white. So I'm just seeing what other scraps I have. That could possibly fit up there. So I think this is the biggest one. I think it was actually part of this sheet of paper right here. This one. I don't remember which company this one is from. Maybe it's 49 and Market, maybe. I don't know. But I think it came from that paper, same paper collection. So I could just add this up here somewhere. So then I have this little spot to fill. You know, I could do that. That looks okay, I think. And then, you know, I could still rearrange these a little bit somehow on there. So I still think that's okay. You know, maybe I could just cut off this word down here that says winter and maybe put that on here, maybe, possibly. And then maybe add the little snowflake onto that. So that's one idea with those. I'm not really feeling these hearts today. I still have the buttons or the stickers here. And I still have all my trims that I can add. So maybe I need to look and see what I have in here. So I have this kind of nice white trim scrap. You know, maybe I could layer that kind of behind the doily, just so you see a little bit of it right there. This is kind of a nice little bridal trim, so maybe that can go on here somewhere. Haven't quite decided on that, but I could space these two apart and just put a trim right there. You know, I could layer those two together. I kind of like that, and maybe put some eyelash trim kind of in between the two layers when I glue them together. So I like that. So I'll put that up in the corner. So like I said, this is kind of one of my favorite trims right here. So I really want to use this. And I think I'm just going to put this across the bottom. And then I had this other one here with the little pearls on it. So I think I'll just glue that on top of it as another little layering piece. So I just have to decide if I want to add anything else. You know, I could put that flower there. I kind of like that. You know, I don't think the winter really fits with this very well, so I don't think I'm going to use that. So I don't think I'll use the snowflake either, but it's tempting. I do have this small flower, maybe I'll add that right here. And I could put the little button on top of that flower. And then also another little piece of the eyelash trim. I just put that underneath the button or under the flower. Right there. That'd be kind of cute. So I did have this piece of like broken jewelry sitting here, and I would still need to cut off part of this, but I'm wondering, I might, if I can get this little piece of silver off, which I need to find like a little wire snip or something, I might make that into a necklace. I kind of like that. That's pretty. So I think I'll do that. And let's see, do I have anything else I want to add that's in this pile of stuff? You know, I have that word that says our story. So maybe I'll add that. I do like that. And I think I'm almost done. I don't know if I really want to add too much more or not. So I'll maybe cut off the leaves on this flower and add it, you know, somewhere on here maybe. Maybe up in the corner. And then I think the only other thing I'm going to do is, since I still have these border stickers, I'm just going to layer part of it just right here down the side. And I think I'm going to call that good. I think I'm happy with this layout. I really like how this one turned out. Oh, I have this white flower too. Or do I want something up there? It's kind of bulky if I put that under there. So yeah, I think I like this flower. It's like kind of an iris looking flower. I think I'm going to put that there. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue all this down. I may or may not put this on. It just depends upon if I can get this other part of this little silver piece off or not. Because I don't want that on here, obviously. It doesn't look right. So, if I can get that off, I'll leave this on here as a necklace, but if I can't, I'll just leave it plain. Because I don't think I have anything else that would work for right there. But I do like how this looks. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down, and I'll come back and show you the final result. So I just finished gluing everything down, and I just wanted to show you the final layout. Again, the prompt was to create a collage using a single color or shades of that color as your theme, and I chose white or kind of a neutral color. So I just went through all of my fabric scraps and my paper scraps and just chose things that were in shades of white. And I pretty much laid everything out kind of how I talked about, and then I went ahead and added those border stickers. I have one right here, which I know is really tough to see unless I hold it up close. And then also I added it up here, and then just to kind of use them up, I put them up here, and also right here on the side, on this side of the planner, like I said, just to kind of continue to use up items in my stash. And I was able to add that little piece of bling right there as a necklace. And so that is my layout for this week. Again, that was week number 48. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I really like how this one turned out. It was kind of a fun one for me to play and add to it. So until next week, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Happy crafting, and hopefully I'll see you back for week number 49.